gonna do the fun part first. 5 shots unsuppressed, 5 shots suppressed. We are not shooting for point of impact today. We are shooting for accuracy. This is the first hand load for this rifle. So we're gonna see if it shoots some unsuppressed well, and we're gonna see if it shoots some suppressed just as good. Hopefully it does. I really want to hunt this suppressed if I decide to hunt it. And if you stick around long enough, you'll find out why I have this, what caliber it is, and why I'm doing it. All right, 5 shots from a cold bore. Again, not shooting for point of impact, shooting for accuracy. Also, I left my headphones on apparently, and they are dead, so I can't tell if I'm yelling. If I'm yelling, I'm sorry. Not off to a good start. Looks like we finished strong, just had one flyer there. Maybe that was my fault. All right, 5 more with my preferred hearing protection on. Be mad about it. So unsuppressed, we averaged 2590. Suppressed, we averaged 2611. This is the second rifle we've had actually average faster suppressed. I do not understand why. But I'm going to pull that target. It looks a lot like the other one. And we'll talk a little bit about the rifle, why I have it, and what I'm trying to do with it. It ends today. That was a pretty good jump scare, wasn't it? Sorry for the mini heart attack if you had one. If you didn't have one, you probably need to do some research. Anyway, this is the Sig Cross. I know Sig also had some issues with this rifle when it first released. I think we all know what it is Sig's answer to. Probably the best marketed gun out there, but I chose this one for really its weight. This is a PRS model. It weighs 13.5 pounds according to Sig. I have not weighed it. And I think they have fixed the bolt lift issue. Also, I'm obviously not going to conceal carry this, so if there is an issue, I'm probably going to have it pointed at something. I don't mind shooting if it does go off as an uncommanded discharge. If it hits that dirt down there, whatever. If I've got it pointed out into a bean field while I'm hunting and something happens, whatever. Point at the ground, lift the bolt. I'm not worried about that. The 320, maybe they fixed it, maybe they haven't, but they really need to take responsibility for that. It is kind of embarrassing, and I am not even a huge Sig fan. I do have a lot of Sig handguns. I do carry their hammer-fired stuff. I will not carry a 365, although I probably have every iteration of it. I still, just looking at the internal safeties, am not comfortable carrying it. That's just me. If you think I'm wrong, let me know. But anyway, back to the rifle. Sig Cross PRS. It is chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. I am not a 6.5 Creedmoor fan or hater, but if you haven't noticed the 6.5 Creedmoor, your neighbor is probably Patrick Starr. You live under a rock. You need to come out of it. So I'm going to find out. Well, I decided I wanted to find out for myself, is the hate that it gets deserved, or is it just because people talk it up so much that people hate it? I'm one that most of the time, if somebody really loves something and everybody thinks it's the best and they've got to have it, I have this little thing in my mind where it makes me not want it. and that has been the case for the 6.5 for many years now. But I finally caved and bought two. This one I obviously wanted as a heavier rifle. Normally I would not shoot a Swarovski scope with illumination with a hat on, but if you watch the video, there's no recoil here. We're gonna push this. I was a little bit nervous about what I was shooting. I don't have one to show you now because I just realized I shot 10 and I only had 10. That was the first load we developed for this rifle, and I think we're done. I plan on having a whole playlist for load development, but when I show you those targets, I think you'll know what I'm talking about. They're very good 3-shot groups, and then 2 flyers on each one. Maybe the barrel's hot. Maybe I was getting excited and got nervous and pulled one. I don't know. I have done absolutely nothing to this rifle. It is 100% factory. The trigger is exactly how it was sent to me from Sig. I did adjust the cheek piece, but I have done nothing to this rifle. It's 100% factory. So we're going to find out, or I'm going to find out. Maybe you already know. Does the 6.5 deserve the hate it gets or not? I'm going to post a ballistic chart based on the information I gathered today. We are shooting Berger 140 VLDs. That is my absolute favorite hunting cartridge as far as deer hunting goes. We're going to see how far we can push this. I don't think we're going to push the gun any harder, but I'm going to put it in the chart. Berger says for that bullet to perform its best, it needs 1,800 feet per second. So when I post the chart, whenever it drops below 1,800 feet per second, keep in mind that according to Berger, the bullet is not going to perform as well as it can. That does not mean that it is not ethical to shoot it farther than that. I use 1,000 foot-pound rule. Most of the time, it kind of depends on what I'm shooting. You have to really know your equipment. I think that's one of the biggest mistakes most hunters make is not knowing their equipment very well and not having a lot of data on it. I hate to say dope because not everybody knows what that means, but you need to have it. You need to know what you're doing. It's better to have one rifle and know that thing inside and out than have a bunch of them that you are just guessing every time you shoot. Also, I need a new scope for this rifle. This scope does not belong to this one. It looks good on here, I think. The clearance is absolutely exactly what I would want. It is not touching, I promise. I don't know if you can see the light through there or not. It is not touching that rail. But this belongs to a 7 mag that I have, and it needs to come off of here and go back on that rifle. That is its home. Give me suggestions for a scope that would look good on this. In mind, my first kind of thought on this would be a Mark 5 HD from Loophole, but I have zero experience with them. I do not want a VX HD series 5.6 or any of those because of the gold ring. I think the gold ring looks phenomenal on other rifles, especially like a Remington 700 CDL. I do not think it'll look good on this just because of the color scheme going on here. That's not everything. Aesthetics are not everything, but I really just want honest opinion on the Mark 5 series before I spend my own money on it. Obviously, nobody is paying me, although Swarovski probably should as much as I'm going to show them to the internet. But I'm a small channel. I may never grow. That's fine with me. I don't mind. I've really enjoyed doing this and putting stuff out there, and even just watching myself shoot. I would not consider myself a good shooter. I would say I'm probably better than average, but average is really low. That's not saying a whole lot. So keep in mind, we are just hunters on here that really enjoy pushing our equipment to the max, whatever we can get out of it. These are not precision rifles. I guess this one technically is meant to be, but it is a factory rifle. How precise can it be? Especially at the price point. I do not remember what the MSRP on these are. But anyway, leave me a comment. Give me an idea. I'm going to show you those targets. I'm going to put them somewhere on the screen wherever they fit the best. Maybe cover up my face with them so you don't have to look at it. And I will also post a ballistic chart for you to take a peek at as well. I think I'm going to be a little surprised by it. The Berger VLDs, very low drag. They fly extremely well. They are long. They are pretty heavy for this caliber. And I have had extremely good luck with them. So looking forward to it. Stick around. Probably not gonna have the playlist I thought I was gonna have with this rifle. I will be on here shooting it some more, but for now, I'll find something else that doesn't shoot good and we'll make a playlist on that. I think a T3X is probably coming soon. I've had a few comments about that one, and we'll do that as like a budget hunting rifle. So I'll find an average price for a T3X and we'll put an average scope on it and see what we can do with factory ammo. If factory ammo doesn't do any good, we will hand load for it. It'll probably be a 308. That's kind of boring, but that's what we can find the most ammo for, obviously. But that's probably what that's going to be. So stick around if you will. Subscribe. Leave me a comment, good or bad. I want to hear it. Feedback is always welcome. Just make sure it's honest. Do not lie to me. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't want to be lied to. Appreciate you watching. Stick around. Leave me a comment about that scope, what you would put on this rifle if it were yours. And if you have any real feedback for the 6.5 Creedmoor, leave a comment to that. Appreciate you watching. I'm rambling again. I'm sorry. I really enjoy these things, and I just start talking sometimes. So I'll leave it at that.